sponsored by Sprite. It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
And we welcome you to 2K Sports. Good to have you along, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, and this is the legendary Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Atlanta Hawks. Taking a look at the Hawks, it hasn't been the start to the season they'd envisioned. 1-7. The pressure's on. Kyle Korver. I don't know if you call him the best shooter in basketball or not, but he certainly had that tremendous streak of three-pointers made in consecutive games, the NBA record. He can really fill it up.
Yes, his stroke is so pure. He bends defenses to the breaking point trying to close out and contest his shot. He's what a defense calls red, red, red. You know what that means, Ernie?
Don't leave him alone.
Oh, wow, Ernie, you're smart. Your knowledge of the game is, wow, impeccable.
Hey, thank you very much. He's always got the green light, and that's why they yell red, 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 red. Right, Kevin?
It's game time in Cleveland as the crowd is filling up the Quicken Loans Arena. Looking at the last game for the Cleveland Cavaliers, it was a win against the Celtics in Boston.
And if you look at their numbers in that game, what jumps out most is the balance offensively. They really spread the wealth.
And they were on fire in all areas. That was a very satisfying road win.
So Atlanta will get the first possession. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Millsap at power forward with Horford at center. Teague and Korver in the backcourt, and it's Carroll in at the 3 spot. Now here's Teague, and there's the pass to Horford. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Horford's got the opening bucket of the night here for the Hawks.
You look at the Hawks and how they were able to overachieve last season. Really, it's because they've built a smart basketball team that really understands how to move the ball.
Here's James. It's stolen by Teague. Pass to Korver. 6 on the shot clock. From the line. It's rebounded by Cleveland. You can see it here with the Hawks in their passing. Saw it all last year, too, as they were elite when it came to getting baskets off a good team pass.
Yeah, and I think that's Mike Budenholzer's carryover from being part of the San Antonio Spurs organization. It's all about everybody contributing, understanding your roles, and sharing the basketball. And that can be effective when you're talented and have good shooters.
Now here's Millsap, following the miss by Anderson Varejao. Carroll passes to Teague for the 3. Waiters grabs the miss, and the Cavaliers with possession here. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Atlanta.
Well, last year's season series between them was a battle of 2 of the NBA's mid-level teams, and they didn't get the better of it.
Here's Teague, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Kicks it to Carroll. Horford with the screen on LeBron. Korver dishes to Carroll. Korver passes to Millsap. Pulls it from the elbow. The shot is off.
Well, as far as jump shots go, that's as high percentage as it gets.
I'm not sure how that didn't go down.
So they take the lead. Waiters got his first 2 points. These guys were a tough opponent for them last year, Clark, like Steve was just saying.
Yeah, when you're so evenly matched with the team, Kevin, it doesn't make you feel that good to have dropped most of your games against them because you feel like you should at least win some of the games you play against this team.
Here's Teague. Dion Waiters making his last shot. Shoots off the screen. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
You'd expect him to nail that one being that close to the hoop.
Rebounded by Korver.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Now Teague. Tries it from 19, and he gets it to go. The Atlanta Hawks come into this one following a loss to the Heat.
Well, loss or no loss, that was a fantastic game, Clark. They could be proud of the way they battled at least.
I suppose, but Steve, it still was a really heartbreaking loss. I mean, you hate to lose in overtime. No matter how hard you played, it still leaves you very empty and disappointed when you come up short.
Pass to Carroll. Millsap a screen on Thompson. Here's Carroll. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Just 5 on the clock. Teague with a clean look. Can't hit the step-back jump shot.
Jeff Teague signed a 4-year, $32 million deal with the Hawks going into last season, and with the departures of some of their other star players, they decided to put the ball in his hands to run their more free-flowing offense, and he delivered in a great way.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Outside Irving. He feeds it to James. Verajao setting the pick for James. Here's Thompson, and count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. They've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Sean Marion, he's checked in for Verajao. Jones comes in for James. Miller's checked in for Dion Waiters. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Payne, he's checked in for Horford. Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for DeMarre Carroll. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Kyle Korver. Now here's Teague to the wing on the left. Scott with a screen on Miller. Here's Bazemore. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Cleveland leading by 7. Miller kicks to Dellavedova. Outside, Jones. And it's Miller atop the key. Miller, right side. It's rebounded by Teague. The Hawks trail by 7. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
.26 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Dellavedova. Passes it to Marion. Out to Miller. And that one's good. Here's Teague. Got it to go with no time left on the clock.
You talk about stepping up at a big moment. That is some fortitude, folks.
I should say.
The awareness, the release, everything was just perfect.
Next Friday, November 21st, Joakim Noah and the Chicago Bulls take on LaMarcus Aldridge and the Portland Trail Blazers, East versus West. Make sure to catch it.
First quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And taking a look at the Cavaliers' performance here, Clark, Steve, what have they been doing or not doing?
And the difference to this point has been defense. This club has really gotten after it, and that's what's gotten them this lead.
Well, there's nothing that's gone up that hasn't been contested so far.
So bring your friends, y'all come inside. We got a world premiere right here, not get lost. So don't change the bezel, turn it up a little. I got a living room full of fine dime bristles. Waiting on the bezel, and the shizzle. G's to the listen, now ladies who can listen. To the crib, mom, drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. The pigs try to get it. Park it like it's hot. Park it like it's hot. Park it like it's hot. Get an attitude. Pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot. Got the rollie on my arm and I'm going. I'm doing my best because I got it going on. I'm a bad boy. What a lot of drive my own cars and wear my own clothes. I hate I'm tough. I'm a real boss. Big Snoop Dogg, getting so sharp. On the TV screen and in the magazines. If you play me close, you want a red bean. And you got it, so you want to pop back. Stop that. Cement shoes. Now I'm on the move. My family's crying.
The Cavaliers leading by 7. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Cleveland, Marion is out there with Thompson. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. Then it's Jones. And it's Miller in at the shooting guard position. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Marion. Bashes in for a double-digit lead. Marion's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Cavs. The Hawks trail by 10.
Shawn Marion with 15 years in the NBA, a very good 15 years, basically talked about retiring even though he was still playing well at the conclusion of last season. Although I guess he did have a change of heart.
Now here is Cephalosha. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burdick. Doris, what do you have?
Well, guys, Kyle Korver, of course, one of the league's most dangerous shooters. He said three-point shooting had better be the best part of my game, but if that's all you do, you don't get to play that much in the NBA. I try and be solid all around. I enjoy basketball and not just shooting. Kevin, he's a gamer.
He comes from a basketball family, Doris. Has that deep love of the game. You can just tell. Thanks. And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game.
And Marion, a 4-time All-Star, one of the most athletic and versatile players in league history. Still an excellent role player, even after all these years.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Tristan Thompson. LeBron comes in for Jones. Dion Waiters checked in for Mike Miller. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. And Marion has made a good chunk of change over his career. A lot of money. He said he wanted to walk away while he could still walk.
Yeah, well, he can't walk, and his game certainly could still walk and talk. An excellent defender, an energy player, a stat sheet stuffer. I'm quite pleased that he hasn't decided to hang him up yet.
He misses the free throw.
Al Horford, the Dominican big man, won 2 titles with that great University of Florida team, actually back-to-back titles in 06 and 07. You really love his skill level. There's not much he can't do. He gets up and down. He's a terrific passer, and his mid-range jumper is spot on.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for the Hawks, and he can't hit the second. And Steve, for Horford, consistently a threat from mid-range. It's curious that he has struggled at the free throw line the last couple seasons.
Yeah, it must be something mental, because you think about what a good shooter he is from the outside. Some people have even thought maybe he should shoot threes from time to time. But the free throw line struggles, that's something that's bothered a lot of people over the years, and usually it's a mental block of some sort.
Here is Korver following the basket by LeBron James. Count that one.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
The Cavaliers leading by 12. Irving kicks to LeBron. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Here's Bazemore. 17 points in his last outing. Beasley kicks it to Bazemore. Back to Beasley. Here's Bazemore. Shoots off the step back. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Berejau's got his third rebound tonight. Now here's Waiters. Not a lot of room. Blocked. Tries again. And it's laid up and in by Berejau. And the Cavaliers lead by 16.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
Millsap a screen. Bazemore dishes to Millsap. Comes up empty off the pick.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Here's Waiters. Back to LeBron. Rebound, Atlanta.
You know, typically, guys, he has the body control to finish when he's in that tight. I'm not sure what happened there.
Korver passes to Millsap. Here is Korver. He's guarded by Waiters. And Kyle Korver hits from deep.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically, no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there. Cavs tried to make a push for the playoffs last season, in a way going against the grain, but instead a disappointing season when it was all over. Coach and front office questioning the team's effort level.
So timeout call here, the first for Cleveland. Well, the Cavs did make some big changes from last season, and they shouldn't have a problem staying motivated, putting in the effort this year.
Well, you know, Kevin, last year they were a very young group and didn't have the vet presence they might have needed. With LeBron coming in, they've got brilliance in every category, leadership and play. He's got the clout of his championship rings. The whole mindset of the team is about to go to a very different and high level.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
I was able to listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team. He wants them running a disciplined, organized offense with an emphasis on setting screens and creating open shots on the floor for their shooters. He said also that their offense needs to be a patient one. He told them, don't rush things. Use as much of that shot clock as you need to. Guys, they've got a decent hole to dig themselves out of, but still a lot of time left to do it. We'll see if those adjustments help.
All right, Doris, here's Bazemore. Dion Waiters making his last shot. And Bazemore kicks to Korver. He dishes it to Bazemore. Uncovered. There's the bucket. Good.
Well, it was a dismal start from the field for them in the first quarter, but they're finally starting to turn it around.
Well, I don't think it could have gotten any worse, partner. I mean, you figure they had all their bad misses out of the way and should be good to go now.
Marion against Millsap. Feeds it to Korver. There's the dish to Bazemore. He kicks it to Korver. Shot clock at 6. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. And a dunk by Horford. They'd love to get more of those, the easiest 2 points possible. And on a fierce finish.
Yeah, and that's exactly how they're going to cut into the lead, Kevin.
Yeah, that's why they've got to tighten up their D. And I'd be surprised if the defense allows any more free runs to the hoop like that.
Here's James after the basket by Atlanta. There's 49 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Irving drives in, and that one's good.
Well, he wasn't phased at all by the bigger man on him, and on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
A different look now for Cleveland. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Berejau. Miller comes in for Sean Marion. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Waiters. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Payne, he's checked in for Horford. Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. Thabo Sefolosha is checked in for Kyle Korver. And it's Teague in for Kent Bazemore. Now here's Teague. 8 points his last outing. 29 seconds left now here in the second. Dishes it to Carroll. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Carroll's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Cleveland leading by 11. Now, here is Irving. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Celtics in Boston. James with it. There's the feed to Dellavedova. From outside, off the mark. And that concludes the first half. Cleveland ahead. They lead by 11. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. As we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
I like that he didn't force anything in that first half. His decision-making was really flawless.
That being the case, Steve, I think they want him to be more assertive in the second half. Look to take more shots. Be a little more shot hungry, even the tough ones.
The Cavaliers leading by 11.
You know, the Hawks haven't been an elite team, but they do have the longest active playoff streak in the East. They've been to 7 straight postseasons, and while they haven't advanced very far, I still think there's something to be said for getting to the postseason 7 years in a row.
On the court for Atlanta, Millsap at power forward with Horford at center. On the wings, Korver and Carroll, and it's Teague in at the point guard.
Did you see the defense get caught standing around that time, giving up an easy second chance bucket?
Simply need more of an effort on the boards there, Steve.
Here is Korver. From past the arc. Teague can't hit. And for the Hawks, with that playoff streak, for a team, Steve, that has missed the playoffs in the 8 seasons prior, that's something to be proud of.
Yeah, I mean, Atlanta has shown consistent winning basketball now over the last, 6-7 years. They've shed some of their marquee players, suffered some big injuries, but they've still found a way to remain competitive.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, Kevin, the Atlanta Hawks, a team that looks to spread the floor with shooting. Coach Mike Budenholzer said, we don't want to just be a three-point shooting team. We want to get to the rim first. By creating that space, we give our guards and our bigs a chance to attack. If the paint is taken away, we'll look for our shooters. Good strategy, Kevin.
Coach Bud coming from San Antonio, Doris. The Hawks trying to create that same kind of spacing. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
Well, last season viewed as a bit of a hiccup in Kyrie Irving's rise to greatness. His shooting percentages fell, but he actually improved his assist-to-turnover ratio. He's cut his turnover rate every season, as a matter of fact.
"90 seconds now into the second half. And here is Teague. Horford with the screen on Irving. Teague dishes to Horford. Shot is good, and the Cavaliers lead cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Jeff Teague.
And for Irving, some have said he over-dribbles and tries to freelance too much offensively. They'd like to see him become more pass-oriented. Some of that really a function of personnel, but I think he can and will improve as a passer.
Here is the 2K leaderboard with last season's top passing teams. The Hawks second.
Yeah, wonderful passing team, and it was the kind of basketball that fans love to watch. Very unselfish.
Here's Irving. He's got 7. You talk about areas for Irving to improve, Clark. Defense certainly part of it.
Yeah, and with LeBron back, I think every player would be held to a higher standard defensively, no question. Kyrie, a player with a lot of responsibility offensively, but to be great, you got to do it at both ends.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what David Blatt said to the team. He said their plan was run their offense through LeBron. Coach detailed the ways to ensure he's the one in charge out there, with the ball in his hands and the rest of the players falling in line behind him. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
Thanks, Doris. Here is Korver following the basket by LeBron James. There's a good screen. Teague, the pass to Carroll. Kicks to Korver. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Out to the wing. Carroll for 3. Verejao grabs the board. Verejav's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Atlanta foul call. That's his 3rd personal foul.
Dion Waiters going into last season working on playing off the ball, whether, catch and shoot, Steve, or coming off screens.
Yeah, he's most comfortable with the ball in his hands, but playing alongside Kyrie Irving, he's got to be more effective without the ball, working off those screens and learning to play with Irving.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Sean Marion, he's checked in for Verejao. James Jones comes in for LeBron. And Lucas subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Then for the Hawks, Michael Beasley. He's checked in for Damari Carroll. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Kyle Korver.
And Waiters really has tried to emphasize staying on balance with his shot. Taking better shots, better quality shots within the offense. And we saw the results. There was an uptick in his percentages from the field and from long range as well.
And the basket good. And it's 8 points for Teague.
And he came off that screen. The defense just couldn't get over the top. Beautiful play.
Yep, and without a hand in his face, he's going to bury those.
Now here's Marion. Jones kicks to Marion. Outside, Jones. Clock at 6. Now here's Waiters. Millsap grabs the miss.
And Waiters still a volume scorer. To improve his efficiency, he's got to get that free throw percentage back up and become more consistent finishing inside. But he's a natural scorer. He certainly has the talent.
Now here's Millsap. Top the key, Bazemore. Unloads from 13. And that's good off the glass that time. Bazemore's got 6 points.
Every once in a while, he'll kind of step out of his role and give you something like that.
Here is Lucas. To the middle and stolen by Horford. Here's Bazemore, defended by Jones. To the inside. Teague against Lucas. Teague can't hit.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Here's Waiters. The shot no good. Good work defensively by Horford.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Horford with a screen on Lucas. Teague dishes to Horford. To the paint. Here's Bazemore. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Marion, a screen on Teague. Left side, Jones. 6 to shoot. Looking to end the drought. The shot misses. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Lucas against Horford. Here's Bazemore. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Way to play in attack mode and get inside.
And you know, if you're on defense and you're going to foul, make sure it's a good one. They did, preventing the and one.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Well, and you know, you'll take what you can from him from the foul line. A season ago, he shot in that low 60% range.
You know, yeah, guys, last year was a rough one for him at the stripe. I mean, it's going to be hard for him not to improve on those numbers. They were that bad.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Miller's checked in for James Jones, and it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Waiters. Then for the Hawks, Payne, he's checked in for Horford. Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. And Thabo Sefolosha subbed in for Michael Beasley. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. That is good. Lucas has got his first points of the night.
Great interplay there between those two teammates.
Here's Bazemore. He's got 7. The pass to Teague. The 3. They get it back. Payne. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
At the line for the Hawks, Adrian Payne. Taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Cleveland making a change here. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
From midcourt, can't get it to go. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Cavaliers lead by 12. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports.
Tune in next Sunday, November 16th. Dwight Howard and the Houston Rockets take on Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder, live from Oklahoma City. Do not miss it.
And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the finish, guys, this is where you know you are right on the money with that pass. Look at that. Perfectly timed.
And the Hawks with possession here. Down by 12. LeBron is down low with Verajao. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Irving. And it's Miller in at the small forward. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. Now here is Sefolosha. The shot by Carroll, no good.
It's been a great day for them on the boards. That's definitely been a major factor in building this big lead.
And you know, from a number standpoint, the advantage might not be that large, but they have been manhandling them inside.
Sefolosha kicks to Payne. Here is Korver. And James pulls it down. LeBron's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Irving. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got 3 assists in the game. The Hawks trail by 16. Now here is Sefolosha. Pass to Carroll. This one for 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Verajau's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Miller, no luck.
Man, that's too bad. Easy shot there, and we got to knock that one down.
Well, that's a concentration cramp right there. I mean, just lost focus.
Now here is Sefolosha. Just 5 on the clock. Drops it in from 11 feet. Timeout called the Cavaliers.
Thabo Sefolosha missed games with the calf strain last season. The Thunder, however, actually scored and defended a little better without him and Kendrick Perkins. Hard to figure.
For the Cavaliers, Tristan Thompson comes in for Miller, and it's Waiters in for Matthew Dellavedova. Al Horford, he's checked in for Atlanta. Millsap comes in for Mike Scott. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Well, over the break, I listened in on David Blatt's huddle. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
Good on that shot, and with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down to just 12 points with the basket for Millsap. Stolen away. Korver, no luck.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
Now, I'll tell you what, they've turned a lot of those rebounds into points at the other end.
The drive by James, good. And Thabo Sefolosha, Steve, a 3-and-D wing player, but his three-point percentage fell to the low 30s last season after, he had shot over 40% the previous 2 years.
And he needs that shot to be effective offensively. Spot-up shooting really is kind of the extent of his role at that end of the floor. So when he's not making that shot, it really hurts their offense. Paul Millsap is one of the most versatile forwards, a natural power forward, but he brings some small forward qualities as well. He's a heck of a player, and he's developed that three-point shot to round out his game.
And Millsap able to score facing up or with his back to the basket.
Yeah, inside and out. Reversible clothing is Paul Millsap, and he's a handful. Now, he's an undersized forward, but he can make the three. He's physical. He can get to the line. He's got a number of crafty shots. This guy is really, really underrated as a player.
These 2K Blazers we wear, they're reversible. You didn't know that, did you? Huh?
Not until just now.
Teague, he's checked in for Thabo Sefolosha. Both free throws good for Millsap.
Oh my God, I just got that.
The Cavs were an all-out mess last year, and a lot of that was because of their depth. They just did not have the punch off the bench to keep leads or bring them back into games.
Now, here is Irving. Pass to James. He feeds it to Thompson. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. LeBron's got 4 assists now tonight.
One of the sweetest moves in the game, the reverse layup in traffic.
And with the Cavs, their score differential for their reserves really tells the story. Just way too many points given away when that second unit came onto the floor. It was something they needed to address in the offseason, and they did.
The Cavaliers leading by 11. Waiters passes to Irving. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Just 5 on the clock. Tries yet again, no luck. Good work defensively by Horford. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
You always want a player to have his head up and to be surveying the court, but not if that's going to be the result.
For Cleveland, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Teague with the ball. Horford kicks to Carroll. Another 3 for Atlanta.
They've made a great sequence of plays to get this game close again, and this is no time to take their foot off the pedal. They got to keep it rolling.
I agree, Steve. They really had their backs against the wall, but now they're the ones applying the pressure with just a few possessions left in this game.
Here's Irving following the 3 by Atlanta. James left side. Back to Irving. Let's go. The Cavaliers again can't hit. And it's the Hawks' ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Teague dishes to Korver. Pass to Horford. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
Now here's LeBron. He dishes it to Thompson. Rebound by the Hawks. Horford's got his third rebound tonight. Teague with the ball. Guarded now by Irving. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
He went a decent amount of time before his first turnover there. It's really been a good, safe stretch of basketball from him to this point.
The Cavaliers leading by 6. Feeds it to LeBron. 11 feet away. Good on the jump shot.
His shooting's been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons his team is up in this game.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're down by 8. 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. .56 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Teague. Rebound by Anderson Varejao.
Well, they've been outstanding on the boards, and it's a big reason why they've got a lead. Doing the dirty work down low.
Yeah, and Clark, you know rebounding's a team effort. Everybody's boxing out. Everyone is accountable. They're doing a nice job collectively.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
You got that right. I mean, he'll do it from three-point land or anywhere on the perimeter, really, because he is a deadly shooter. You've got to do a better job defensively.
So it's the Hawks now, after LeBron's three-pointer that didn't go. Korver, no luck. Outside Irving. He kicks to LeBron. We see the Cavaliers get the win here. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
And now we send you down to Doris Burke courtside, who's with our Jordan Player of the Game. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Well, LeBron, given that it's still early in the season, what has your attitude been this year?
Just wanted to come in this season more complete basketball player. Playing inside, playing outside, coming off pick and roll, shooting, and also making plays for my teammates, which I love to do. And it's good to get a great win on our home floor versus a very, very good team.
Thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
All right, Doris, thank you. And for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Now, our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.